Hi guys, welcome back to Jungle Flowers Canada. My name is Grania and thanks for joining me. So guys, this was actually a very difficult video for me to do. I took a long time walking around the house looking at my plants, trying to pick my top 10 favorites. Now what I will point out is it's not my top 10 favorites of what I purchased in 2020, it's my top 10 favorite plants, period. So I walked around, had a look in my IKEA greenhouse, had a look outside in my greenhouse upstairs, and I deliberated and I took plants in and I took plants out, but I'm just going to stick with what I've picked right now. The other difficulty was, of course, what order to put them in. I didn't have much difficulty picking my top 5. The difficulty arose with my 10 to 6. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at these plants now and I'm just going to make the decision because I'm finding it very difficult. So I have all the plants here beside me, and what am I going to pick for my number 10? I know what I'm going to pick, and I'm only picking this because it's in its juvenile stage. I saw a picture of this on a YouTube channel. A guy had a big one. He had it actually in a prop box, and it was magnificent, and I had to have this plant. So I'm going to pick it as my number 10 just because it's still in, as I say, in its infant stage and it's not looking its very best. So that plant is the Alocasia Silver Dragon. I hope you can see this without too much blurring, but you can see mine only has 2 leaves. Now it came actually with 3 leaves, but 2 of the leaves were damaged. I think it was overwatered and they crisped up at the edge. And it has just put out this new leaf. When this is mature, it is stunning. And I cannot wait for it to get to that stage. So although right now it's not looking, I mean, it's cute. Come on, it's cute. What isn't cute about that? But of course it's going to look so much better when it's large. So I am putting that as my number 10. It still beat out a hell of a lot of plants. I counted my main floor and I had 247 plants on my main floor. So it still did well to get into the top 10. Okay. Okay, so let's pick number 9. This is hard, but this is actually a recent purchase. And I think it is so pretty. And it's the Scindapsus trubii Moonlight. I do love this plant. I love my Scindapsus. I have a couple of varieties, but I particularly like this. And funnily enough, I bought this before I knew that they were actually popular. So when I was ordering from Asian plant exports, I thought, oh, that's a pretty plant. And then shortly after I got it, I saw everybody was looking for it. So I was very fortunate, and I do have a few of these. I haven't sold any or traded any yet, but I did. I traded 1. So I think when my others pick up and look as beautiful as this, I will do some trades, maybe to increase some of my plants. But I just love it. Like, there's a lovely silvery look to it. I like its simplicity, and I'm excited for it to be a hanging plant. So I think this is really pretty. So that is my number 9, the trubii Moonlight. Okay, so guys, this is the Hoya Australis Variegated. It's not the Lisa. I do have the Lisa, and it's quite similar to the Lisa, but I want to show you this leaf here. It's really beautiful. These are a little sun stressed from my IKEA greenhouse, but you can see there's actually 2 more leaves coming. So this really is one of my favorite Hoyas. There is another one in there I was tossed between. It's the Acuta variegata, but I chose this one, and I will actually do a comparison against the Lisa someday because it is so similar to it, isn't it? But I do love this particular leaf. So Hoya Australis Variegata, very pretty. I'm so warm today. Okay, so where was I? 10, 9, 8. So I got to number 8. Number 7. Number 7. So this will be my number 7 just because it's very small. It has been giving me a hard time. I've had it for a very long time. but I still love it and I'm always rooting for it. And I just showed it to you actually recently, and that is my Hoya Croniana Silver Eskimo. So I hope you can see that clearly. And this needs to be cloached. So I put it down under the Mars Hydro Grow Light and it wrinkled up so quickly. So I have it back in my IKEA greenhouse, and I didn't cloche it originally, but I am actually going to cloche it again. This is a diva in my books. Now, I have seen other people have it and it grows great for them and they love it. But whatever it is about my one, it's a little diva. But it's the cutest little plant ever. And I cannot wait until it's mature. I have been struggling with this for almost 3 years. The battery just went in my camera, so I just changed that. I'll never get through this video. So anyway, there we have number 7, the Croniana Silver Eskimo. Cute as a button. Love it. Okay, so let's go to, I'm betwixt and between. Okay, I know what's going to be my number 6. Okay guys, number 6 is going to be my Monstera Peru. I just love the leaves on this. This plant is stunning. And she is crawling up this piece of bark now. I will need to put her on a moss pole soon because she's outgrowing this. But look at the markings on the leaf. I just think it's gorgeous. I always admire it when I come in, and it's just grown so well for me. I bought this as an import this year, and I can't recall quite what the size of it. It wasn't the smallest plant, but it certainly wasn't as big as this. And this has just thrived for me. I just think it's very interesting. It probably doesn't get the recognition that it deserves, even though I know it's up there. People are trying to find it. But I just think it's stunning. I think it's so beautiful, and I can't wait for this to get bigger and bigger. So that is my number 6. My husband just came up the stairs with his music blaring, and it's Irish music. Can you hear it? Too funny. Anyway, he's there. He's turned it off now. Okay. So number 5 is again a newly acquired plant, and it is the Alocasia Frydek. What is not to love about this plant? It is so gorgeous. It's so velvety. It's taking a little while to acclimate, but there is actually a new leaf growing there, if you can see it. But you can see that I do get a lot of crisping on the old leaves, and some of them die. Now I have it right beside a humidifier, ironically, and I do try to keep the soil moist. It might actually need a bit of a watering now. I do try and keep the soil moist because I know they like their soil to be kept moist. Can't talk today. I know they like to have their soil kept moist, but I just love it. I love the striking veining against the lush green, and the velvety feel of this plant is just decadent and luxurious. It is such a gorgeous, gorgeous plant. So that is why it has made it into my top 5. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, number 4. This plant, I don't think I've ever shown you guys this plant because it's upstairs in my bathroom. I think I've put a picture of it up on Instagram. But this is my Philodendron Micans. And Philodendron Micans is gorgeous. I love the velvet leaves again. Let me see, can I put a nice leaf up to you to see? Okay, let's look at this one here. Look at the gorgeous leaves on this. So this is in my ensuite. I did have it on the top of my cupboards. I'll just show you how long it is. And I have taken umpteen cuttings off of this. This is such a prolific grower. But I took it down. Oh, there's a big spider in there. But I like spiders because they might just eat those. He's actually almost at my hand. Can you see him? Oop, I hope I don't have any people with spider phobias on here. He's actually gone back down again. So I love spiders. If I find spiders, I put them on my plants, hoping that they'll catch those awful, annoying pests of ours. So there we go, the Micans, and as I say, I've taken lots of cuttings off of this, and I've now put it in my bathroom window because I found it was on top of my cupboards and the lights were very hot, but they were shining up. So some of the leaves got a little damaged. Let me see if I can find some of them. At first I thought, oh no, have I got pests? But it isn't pests. So I'll show you. Oops, if I can grab it here. So some of the leaves got this kind of burning on it, but there's nothing, it's just in one section. So I have moved it down to the window, and I will eventually trail it up above my window and across. So that is definitely one of my favorites. So that is my number 4. Number 3, how could I not talk about this gorgeous plant? This is my variegated Hindu rope. I have this at least 2 years, and at first it didn't put out a lot of growth. It took a long time to grow. Then it started to be a diva, and it started to get wrinkly. Let me show it to you there. I hope it's focused. And all of it was getting so wrinkly, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose it. I repotted it in a better draining soil. Still no joy. Look at the lovely red on it there from being under the grow lights. So then I took it downstairs and I took a cutting of this piece. So it was actually attached here somewhere. So I took a cutting off of it. I put it in soil with rooting hormone. I watered it with Super Thrive, and I left it for a couple of weeks, and thank goodness it bounced back. So once the roots were big enough, I transplanted it back into the pot. Now, by cutting off this, these perked back up again because these were very wrinkly as well. And that does happen, Hindu ropes, guys, and you can lose them. I have lost Hindu rope. Whatever this wrinkling is, I don't know. I don't know what causes it. You know, you would be inclined to think it was underwatering, but you know, the boat is out with me on that one. I am not 100% sure that that is the exact cause. But, look at her. Do you remember when you could not get these for love nor money? You'd imagine it would be bigger than this by now, but this is a slow grower. Oh my Lord. She likes to take her time. But anyway, I love her, and that is why she is number 3 on my list. Love her. Love her. Now, you're probably going to be surprised that this is just my number 2. And you'll probably be surprised at what my number 1 is. But my number 1 is actually, I would say, my oldest plant. It's the one I have the longest. So I'm going to show you my number 2, and that is my Monstera deliciosa Thai constellation. And it comes in 2 parts. So let me show you the original. God, it's heavy. This is the original. You can see there's no fenestrations on it. But this is a new growth that just came out, and I took a top cutting off of this. I took a top cutting from there this summer, and then this new shoot came out after I took the top cutting. And look at the variegation on it. It's stunning. It's even on the stem. It's highly variegated on the stem. So this was the original baby. This is the one I brought in from Thailand for $32. Well, it wasn't this size, of course, it was small. And then we have the top, oh, this is heavy, guys. Then we have the top cutting, which nearly wasn't here for this video. If you watched my video where I nearly sold it, it nearly wasn't here for this video. But look at this beauty. She is gorgeous. Now, I'm actually hoping, though, that the mother plant will be more variegated, and I cannot wait for those leaves to start to fenestrate. But she is gorgeous. I love her. I deliberated as to whether she should be my number 1 or my number 2, but I had to give the number 1 position to my oldest and most deared plant. And I'm going to have to stand up for this. And it is, of course, my magnificent Hindu rope. Let me unravel it to show you how long the leaves are on this. Okay, so I had to wrap it up here because it was getting so long. So let me unravel it. She's like Rapunzel, letting down her hair. Okay, so guys, I have unraveled her, and look at the size of this. She is stunning. She actually touches, she actually goes below. Let me just show you. Can you see? She actually, look, goes below my windowsill. So I wrap this around because I can't bear to cut it. I cannot bear to cut it. So you can see this one here, it actually has it like a double strand, and you can see how long that has gotten, and all of these. Now guys, I lost a long strand on this, so I had another one this long, and I got mealybugs. That was about 2 years ago. But what a magnificent specimen she is. I am going to drape myself in her. She is most definitely my favorite plant. She's one of my first plants. She has given me flowers. She has gotten mealybugs. She has given me a run for my money. But I absolutely love her. And I think it will take a lot for me to love a plant more than this. I mean, what is not to love about this beauty? Look at this. So, I won't be able to put her as #1 every year, but she probably will always be my favorite. She will always get an honorary mention, but for 2020, the year that's in it, she is #1. She is my prized possession. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions or comments about any of the plants, don't forget to ask below. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, that would be amazing. And if you could subscribe, you know I would really appreciate it. So guys, I won't see you now till the new year. So I'm going to wish you all a fantastic New Year's Eve. I know none of us can go out and celebrate. This will be my first year not having friends and family over. But Kieran and I are going to open a bottle of wine, watch a movie, and then all going well, I might have a little G&T before I go to bed. So anyway guys, really appreciate you. Have so enjoyed this journey with you, and please be safe and take care. Bye now.